God damn it. 30.
What's going on, people? This is Nationwide Wise Guy. I'm back with a whole new group of people. Well, not really a whole new group. Just now we're sitting here, we're talking with Gun Squad. This is literally here chatting with Gun Squad. So,
Oh, fuck.
we have Barbara Plaisance in the house. We have Black Dragon Kabuto. And we have
Hello.
We
Hello.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, I know. I was just trying to make sure. Um,
No. I
so
was worried to this. I don't know. Fuck it.
I just said hello.
Look, we fucking up already.
Gonna be
well,
fun.
Blooper.
this is gonna be uncut and unfiltered. First cut, have fun. Goddamn, half of us already had a beer or two any goddamn way, so we loose.
Right. And look, I lied.
So, what I want to ask first is, y'all saw the videos. I hope. How did you come into this whole thing thinking? What was your frame of mind when you came into this video? What was your ideas and how did you? What was your standpoint?
Who you asking?
I'm asking
Anybody?
everybody. Just
Anybody
y'all.
want to go first?
Anybody want to?
Barbara, you
Well,
kick it
I
off.
always thought it was a
Yeah, go ahead.
possibility. I always thought it was a possibility, just like anything. Nature always finds a way.
Right.
So,
And it's always been
I
interesting
mean,
too.
I thought it
Oh,
was
go
a
ahead.
great. Yeah. No. Leaving it, I thought it was I thought it was pretty cool evidence. So it didn't change my mind either way, for or against it.
Right.
The government aspect, of course, they're gonna try to hide it. That's what they do. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll say that from the hieroglyphics in the cave to the video footage from 6 years ago, there's a lot of things that seem consistent. So I would tend to believe that there's something out there for sure. That's what I would say.
I agree. I'd never seen, a lot of that information before, and I think there's a possibility.
Too many coincidences. So
Yeah,
Like I said,
the cave art, the ancient cave art was pretty interesting.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The cave art was a. I mean, I guess you would have to say actually one of those things that you can't ignore, you can't unsee. Once
Mm-hmm.
you've seen it,
Right.
you really can't unsee it, so you can't say it doesn't exist.
So on that note, Barbara, because you had mentioned something about Atlantis, what
Yeah.
would you think? Would you think it's like some type of realm or portal of some
No, I would actually think, just like Nationwide said, human beings are the only. We are meant to believe that human beings are the only species on this planet that we don't
Hmm.
have multiples of,
Right.
multiple versions of. So I would think it was more of a possibility, like we split somewhere in our history. We split into two different branches,
Right.
just like
Yeah.
with dogs and certain fish and certain or apes or um, even cows and horses,
And polar
zebras.
bears.
I mean, right? There's different types of bears. Everything on this planet has multiples except for us. Why?
Right.
Why are we supposed to believe that? That's why I
Exactly.
say I don't rule out Bigfoot. I don't. But when I say that I don't believe in Bigfoot, it's because I haven't seen as much evidence of Bigfoot as I have about mermaids.
Or Yetis and shit. Yeah. Yeah,
And
that could be the next one we can do on
what?
Sasquatch.
Bigfoot's and
Yeah.
That'd be dope. 'Cause
Well,
I always been
if you
interested in
look,
that. So, yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you look, a lot of these ancient myths are rooted in truths.
Right.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's a
Like the
different
sirens.
realm so much as it is
Yeah, the
just
sirens from the Greek
buried deep
mythology
down
were
in the
men.
sea. That's what I
Yes.
think. You know, I don't think it's another realm. I think it's right here, just something we can't touch.
Yeah, and
But
you
you know,
have like not what I want to say ancient, but sailors from the 16, 17, 1800s that
right?
actually wrote in their logbooks, their
Yeah,
sailor logbooks, about like coming in contact with these things.
Yeah.
right. I mean,
And
back
again,
then
what
with
did they
the
end up telling you?
sirens,
They were always told that they were manatees.
yeah,
They
but
were
they're
always told that they were manatees, and that, I mean, think about even when you're growing up. You know, I grew up here in Florida.
Right.
When the conversation of mermaid came up, they told us here that they were manatees when we were in school. When the sailors seen these mermaids, they were really seeing manatees. That's what
Well,
they
yeah.
told us here when we grew up.
Oh.
Well, another thing
Yeah.
I saw from Florida was it was a cryptozoologist that was going into the inner waterways where they were seeing sightings,
Right.
and they were trying to say it was because they were seeing a split tail. Everyone was saying that the tail was split. Well, a
Mm.
manatee doesn't have a split tail; its tail goes straight.
Right. Right.
So their explanation for it was a manatee, but because the water is so shallow there and all the boat traffic, that it must these manatees must have been their tails must have been split by the propellers of the boats traveling through. That was their explanation.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always some crazy shit like that too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Some far fetched swamp gas.
Yeah, but if you look, just like I said earlier, a lot of you have a lot of these stories going back a far away in time, just like
right.
with the giant squid. Up until a few years ago, it was
Oh, the
still thought to
Kraken.
be a myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is
then
it the
they
Kraken?
found one in Japan, and then they found another one, then they found another one, and then just recently in the Gulf of Mexico, it right where they had the oil spill leak, they have a deep water oil rig there with cameras attached to the bottom of it.
Right.
And that camera caught video.
Like
Yes,
the one that caught video of that fish getting speared.
yes.
Yep.
That camera on that oil rig caught live video of a giant squid right there, about 100 miles south of Louisiana.
Mm.
And this was just 2 weeks ago. I read the story.
Wow.
really.
So think about that. Just a few years ago, they were still thought to be myth.
Yeah. That's
Why
crazy.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. But I mean, but just to believe that we're supposed to be the only species here, and you keep, I mean, you've ruled it out like there's no way they can possibly exist. You're not ruling out any other creature, but you're ruling out there's no way that these creatures can exist already.
Well, I find that the more educated our scientists get, the more narrow-minded they also get.
And also, don't forget they're very secretive. Everything is secretive.
Hmm.
So God only knows what's out there, and maybe a few others, but they hide everything. Don't want to share.
Right, but if you think about the way some explorers were back in the day, they were a lot more open-minded
Of
to
course,
different possibilities.
new
Right.
discoveries. Yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't afraid if someone found something to disprove what they were looking for, because all they were worried about was the truth. Now you will have scientists that will create evidence to back up their findings because they want to be known for that scientist to be the one that discovered this, or
Right.
that
Most people,
scientist to be the one to disprove this.
Right.
It's no
yeah,
longer about truth.
It's more about a race to be famous.
You mean,
Yes.
yeah,
If
there's
I'm
it's
wrong.
And
selfish.
you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that back in the day, the cigarette companies paid scientists to basically study, and you're going to find whatever you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
cigarettes, and they put out a study that says that cigarette smoking is safe and, in fact, good for your health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember the sugar industry did the same thing.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're trying to tell you that fat is bad for you when the human body it evolved off of fat. Eskimos eat fat for dinner.
yep,
The dairy industry did the
Same thing
exact
for
same
butter.
thing. Yeah, the
The
dairy
same-
industry.
Yes.
Milk,
Remember
milk,
that?
milk. Cows. We're the only freaking animal on the planet that drinks another
Nobody
animal's
else's
milk.
milk. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
Then they kind of had that constant back and forth. Well, oh, it's good for you, but then it's not. It's like
Mm-hmm.
when they go back and redo the tests and shit. It's crazy.
It's true.
So, do I think that the mermaid thing is a possibility and they're hiding it? Absolutely.
So do I. And every so
yeah.
often by accident, maybe they, you know, go somewhere they shouldn't go and, bump into us. And but otherwise I think they probably deep, deep down, you know, way at the bottom of the sea. Who knows?
Right.
You
I mean,
know?
you gotta think they could have a damn civilization down there. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Absolutely.
talking about huts and shit like that. I'm talking about how the animals in the ocean live. They could have a civilization where they just because most things are territorial. They can have a
Right.
territory down there in which they just that they're very comfortable in that we can't reach because we can't get that far down.
Exactly.
No, and do you realize the cave systems that they have underwater?
Oh my
Right.
Just
God.
just that
Oh
alone.
hell yeah.
There,
Yeah.
there's so much undiscovered,
There's more. There's supposed to be more space underwater and underground in those caves than there is space on. You know, above land.
Yeah,
That's
So
true.
there's enough
absolutely.
room under the surface of the water. There's enough room for multiple civilizations that we have right now.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
in fantasy, because of storybooks and whatever, you think of like Atlantis or whatever. That's not how it would be, you know.
no.
But can there be a world down there? Absolutely.
Oh yeah. A lot of hidden shit we don't know.
Absolutely. And obviously they would have a different way of seeing things,
Right.
But that's
because
another thing. So, a lot of things that they want to remain hidden. Remember, we spoke about this on something else. I think
Yeah.
it was the Black Eyed Children we spoke about this. A lot of things that they want hidden,
Underwater
they
cities.
come out with movies to mock it.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. So, do they
I
have
mean, you got to
Atlantis
remember
down there? Sure
Splash
they do.
before the Little Mermaid. Splash
Yep.
that destroyed anybody ever believing in mermaids.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
If you had any belief that mermaids existed, if you watched the movie Splash, it was gone.
The
Well,
colonists.
that's kind of the idea, right?
Right.
Exactly.
What the
It's to
hell is
put
that?
it into a
What's going on,
fantasy
little
world.
Jinx? That's my brother right there, little
Oh.
Jinx.
Oh hey, what's going on?
Hello.
He's a
What's
gaming channel.
good?
Good, dude.
Check him out. He's a gaming channel.
Oh, all right. Cool,
Hello,
cool.
Joe.
Hi, Jinx.
What's good, everybody? How everybody doing?
I'm doing
Hello.
Oh,
wonderful.
Doing
That's
Doing
good.
good news.
fantastic.
So, what did you think about it?
Yeah. What did you what did you
How much we got?
what did you believe about mermaids before you ever seen this video? Because I'm gonna know you probably seen it before we watched it today. And how did you feel about it afterwards?
We talking to me or what's up?
Yeah, you.
God damn, bro.
Come on, you can't be doing us like that, man. You gotta represent us better than that. Oh.
Oh, you caught me with my pants down and shit, man. I'm still over here trying to find a headphone and shit.
You don't want to use those words around us.
Right. You might want to tread softly, sir. Just saying.
Yeah, but you
It's a
gotta
little
understand,
bit.
we're not doing the video right now.
Because you will get feedback.
This is uncut. This is the conversation. This is uncut.
It's my phone. You can have a little.
What was that?
I think he's trying to get his headset on.
Oh, okay. Oh, where the fuck are you?
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
3, 4. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yes, sir.
So, well, again, like I said, it looks like we got the redneck in the house. Piston just showed up. What's going on, Piston?
All right, there we go. I got
Piss
it.
on there. Piss on there. Stealing my cookies.
Piston is real good.
He stays stealing my cookies.
You
You
lucky.
gotta start putting your cookies in a lockbox.
You
There
know?
you go.
I'm telling you,
Combination of all
in there. You lucky the cookie cook ain't in there right now.
Dude, I was like, I thought at least we were gonna get a break when Colin came back. Hell no, you still oh slimy bastard.
All right, shit. Got my headphones good now.
All right, then. Testicles. 1, 2. Wait, 3. Wait, what? Wait,
Man, you know,
3.
suck.
All right, Dick. All right, you hear me, man?
Yeah. I got you.
All right. What did you? Okay, before you've ever seen this video, whether you've seen it this time or before you've seen, in the past. Before
Mhm.
you seen this video, how did you feel about mermaids? And then how did you feel about it when you
He's acting like pig.
Shit. Well, before I seen the video, I was more like along the lines of it would be really cool if they actually did exist. It's another thing out there that we don't really know about, something untouched. But it's like one of those things is like it would be if we were to have mermaids, what would we do with them? You already know how most people they collectors. They
Right.
motherfuckers would get a hold of a mermaid and be like straight up, oh, let's come back to my back room. We got the species of the mermaids here, and I just found this one over here in South Africa. But I'm the type of person that once I seen the video, I was like, that's actually cool as shit, because of the fact that there was actually something out there that we still don't know. Like, the water is so deep that you never even there's places that we can't even get to, and that's probably where they live in because that's just the way they live.
Okay.
Well,
So
if they have any chance of survival, the best thing is that we can't get to them because a lot of humans are cruel.
Exactly.
Right,
Like
right.
their body is probably tempered to the point where they can actually get to the depths where most of our machinery can't even get to because that's just where they live now.
Yeah, but they would have to be more than just tempered. They would be able to. They would have to be able to withstand the pressure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So they would actually have to regulate their body pressure, like because when you
and
get
their
deeper and
oxygen
deeper,
intake.
right? When you get deeper and deeper, the pressure gets stronger. But as
Right,
you go
right.
up, as you come up to surface, it like with a
It's
That
no
pressure
different than
starts to
altitude.
release.
It's
Yeah, the
no different than
blackout zone.
altitude.
with a
Yeah, it's no
diver,
different than
there's certain suits a diver has to wear.
right.
And there's
Mhm.
certain if they come up too fast, they can actually
Procedures.
die
Yeah, you got to come up real
Right.
slow in increment, only so much
because
at a
there's
time.
things that happens with the lungs with that pressure change.
What they call it,
Mhm.
Right. It's
depressurization poison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
it's
thing
like
with
being
going into subs. If you're in a submarine, one of those
Right.
tiny subs that they use that go into like really deep areas of the water,
Yeah.
they literally have to they have to go into a depressurization chamber.
Right.
Yeah.
So, in order for these things to go to really deep depths, they would have to be able to regulate that within their bodies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You're inside of a ship that can withstand this, but even then, your body still can't stand it.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we got technology that could probably go deeper. We can't go deeper.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
they might visually look and have some of our traits, but they're nothing like us,
Oh no,
obviously.
no.
You
Once they
know,
split on the evolution chain, once they do a
Yeah,
split,
nothing like with them.
right?
you evolve completely separately.
Yep, bone
Maybe
structure
they
and
can
all.
Yep.
do
Right.
right. Maybe they can do 5 or 10 minutes on dry land and survive, and then after that
Yeah.
they would die
Well,
because they
that's
need to
why
be
I
in
focused
water.
in
Yep.
on the hip. You remember when on that video I stopped and made sure y'all saw those hips. It's
Right.
weird for
Right.
some kind of water creature to have hips like that, but there's no legs in there attached. All their those hips attached to that fin,
Yeah.
Right.
and there's nothing in the water that's shaped like a human being. That's a humanoid hip.
Definitely. That's what I'm saying. There's similarities, but then, we're worlds apart, obviously, I
Right.
would say.
And I gotta say, on that one part where the actual thing came up and kind of touched the glass, that
Yeah.
was more of a like, what the fuck is this doing in my hood? Like, what is this? Like, and
You
like
gotta
he was
go.
like trying to see what
You
was
got.
inside real quick because he was like,
That's where
this.
you gotta go lock and load and shit.
Well, you know what? I
Hold
was
up now.
telling Nationwide. I was telling Nationwide what I saw on there is how would they know what glass is? Glass is a man-made invention. It's
Exactly.
something that you can see through. If you notice, the guy holding the camera and the light had his back turned and was shining the camera and light behind him. So what if we were actually seeing was the thing coming swimming up behind him in almost like an attack formation. And when he smacked that window, it was because he actually thought he was going to be able to get through whatever that was to grab the man.
Oh,
I
good
kind of
point.
agree on that because it looked like as it was coming around the corner, it was kind of dragging its hand along the window
Right.
The whole
because it looked like it was like testing. It was like, what is this? And it came around and it seen the lights moving around inside because
right.
where at the depth there, it should be just straight dark.
Mm-hmm.
And when you seeing lights moving around, that kind of brings suspicion.
You know.
But they do have things that shine light underwater with self illumination.
Yeah, bioluminescence.
Yep.
Bioluminescence.
Hmm.
But see, here's the thing that I noticed that kind of backs her theory. About the whole what happened then. So again, I go back and tell you, if they're related to us even genetically, you're going to have your assholes. You're just going to do it. This just what's going to happen. But what I think happened there is if you noticed when I told you to watch, you could see it swim up, but it didn't come straight up to the glass. It came up in front, and then again, it threw its hand on the glass. It slapped that glass. And like I said, when I seen it, it looked like it was like, hey, it cut at the wrong angle and it slapped the glass to stop from being hit. But again, what she's saying could be possible, it could have been an ambush
Yep.
because it actually didn't just swim up to the front and just move in front of it. It swam up in front of it. It kept up for a few seconds before it even touched that glass. There was at least a 4 second lag between the time that you see it swim to the front of it before it slapped that glass.
Right.
And as fast as that thing took off, I'm not sure if there's any humans that could actually swim that fast, bro.
But how
Like
fast
that
was that
should.
sub moving? I mean, that's what sub was probably moving maybe 5 miles an hour, maybe five. But I don't see any human having the pickup like that under the water.
Right.
Not like that. I mean, as soon as it slapped that glass, it slapped that glass and it was gone.
Hmm.
I don't see any human being able to turn around. Well, man being able to turn around and flip its damn legs and just take off like that. I don't give a damn what flippers you got on.
Right. Well, you got to figure too. It's their
Plus,
habitat.
you
So
can
out
see
of
well
years,
in the hands.
yeah, it's like with something we're not used to. You know, where we're just like temporarily in the water for so long.
Right.
Hell, we don't so much get our sea legs. You know what I'm saying? Just like that.
Well,
Right.
it would
While
be the
they
same
they can
concept.
fucking swim. Yeah, like the shark, for example. The motherfuckers be in the water and shit like Jaws or Deep Blue Sea type of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
They be fast as fuck. While we sitting here with slippers and shit and the goddamn oxygen tank on our backs, like what the fuck?
But that would be the same concept of them beaching themselves and then us taking off running and them thinking, holy shit, how are they moving so fast on the land?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Because they gotta flop.
Yep.
It's true.
Now y'all saw the one that I showed you of the government that offered the $1 million and then reneged and said that the reason why is because you got to tell me why it's a mermaid. I don't have to tell you why it's not. What did y'all think about that?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was in the first video.
You mean
Okay.
is the
I think
No, it was on the one with the mermaid on the rock. Oh, yeah, it was the mermaid on the rock. And the dude was like, "You got to tell me why that wasn't what it was."
Yeah.
shit.
Mm.
Yeah, that was some ridiculous bullshit right there.
Well, yeah, I know you saw it.
Isn't that just like a Jew not to pay you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love the Jews. Great people. Great people.
There goes
John?
monetization right there.
It's all jokes. It's
Luckily,
all
I wasn't
jokes.
monetized to start with.
No. No, but that was a bullshit answer though.
Yeah, they told them that you have to tell me why it's not a mermaid, and I don't have to. I mean, you have to tell me why it is, and I don't have to tell you why it's not.
Is that the one with the kid with the flip phone and he's sitting there showing the dudes with the?
That was the one with the Americans over in that country. I can't remember the name of the country.
I think it's Israel.
It was an Israel country. Yeah, I think it was Israel. They wanted proof of mermaids because it's a part of their history, and they offered $1 million for whoever can take a picture of one or provide proof. These guys got a video of something humanoid, long like a human, with like a fin tail, and then they told them, "Well, you have to tell me why it is a mermaid. I don't have to tell you why it's not."
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
Well,
That's
I'll tell
stupid.
you one of the main things that got me is the tools that are being found by fishermen inside some of these fish that they're catching.
Right.
These are obviously altered to be
Don't they
tools.
almost
These
seem
aren't
like yeah, they
like
seem like caveman tools, don't they?
right.
It's kind of primitive.
Right.
Yeah.
But you
So
can tell that they're altered. But it
Mm.
takes some sort of intelligence to take a barb off of a stingray, alter it, and use it as a weapon. That
Right.
takes intelligence.
no,
I mean, but you gotta,
they've got hands.
think about that spear. Sorry, Gloria. I'll let you say it after this because it ties into what Barbara was saying. Think about how fast that spear flew under the water that hit that fish under. I mean, by that oil derrick.
Right.
No man could have thrown that fast. Not a man from not. Our arms won't. We don't know how to move like that underwater.
Right.
Throw something like that. Our bodies aren't. We're not. You know, made for that anymore. Something else threw that and knows how to throw it underwater. But go ahead, Gloria.
No, I was just saying that of course they can put tools together. They've got the same kind of arms and hand structures as we do.
Well, I
They
say
have
I
some
say
sort of
from a
intelligence.
certain sea level, yeah, we can't go as deep, but it would definitely take shit years to even come somewhat close to swimming at their speed level.
Right.
That's where they're prone to it, or because they've been doing it since birth and all that shit.
Because whatever grabbed that fish at the end of that video was kind of big, and it swam right past that damn camera real fast.
Right, like a speeding bullet.
Well, if you look, LaShawn had made a comment about certain tribes that actually live on the water on these they're actually boats that are tied together, almost like a big raft.
Right.
But they literally these tribes live on the water and they've adapted so well where they can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes. The
Hmm.
children learn to swim from birth.
Yeah.
Their entire life is in the water. So they're
Yeah.
starting to um, evolve where
Hmm.
their children are starting to be born with webbed hands, webbed feet.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
it's absolutely
And
possible.
and as you think about it, like for people who go swimming, that's why like when with like people who swim, when you go swimming like for exercise purposes and shit, your body is cutting and you're losing, you lose weight quick enough. That's
Mm-hmm.
why, yeah. So yeah, on some Michael Phelps shit. Yeah.
That's what ABG just said. Look at Michael Phelps. Look how big
Yeah.
his hands and
Yep.
feet are.
Right.
He got some
Exactly.
big ass
Prime
hands and
example.
feet now. That mother, he got mitts
But then,
on.
but then there's the Roy's too. He is fucking. He on the juice.
Yeah, that too. But his head looked like he cut through water too.
No, but you also got to think of the possibilities like, okay, so we need fresh water to survive.
Right.
So did these things develop over time a way not to need fresh water, or do they get their fresh water supply from the foods that they eat?
Okay, now this is something that somebody asked me once before, and this is something that I have to go ahead and tell you. The reason why that is that we have such a high salt intake from our food. We
Right.
don't get it from our water anymore.
Hey, Angel.
Hey, Angel, what's going on?
Hey,
If y'all don't know who Angel is another content creator. He's Gun Squad. If you are not subscribed to his page or his channel, you are messing up big time. Check out the Angel Nunez stuff.
You're selling that life.
Angel.
You got the
hey,
bus life, brother?
my
What up,
rights are
Angel?
on me, brother. Hey, my rights are on me, brother. If you hear any noise in the background, that's because there's a TV on. Because right now I'm
You,
at a bus
you at the
station
bus
where,
station? Oh, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what's up
you're
then.
making a move, ain't you, Angel?
yeah.
How's it going?
It's been a great ride thus far, but the most difficult, challenging thing has been trying to keep my feet from hurting any more than it was when the incident happened. But the thing that I should have been aware of is the people, because when I was in Minneapolis, walking from a Pizza Hut back down to the bus station, some guy hustled me out of $20 when all he needed was 10.
Pizza. Oof.
Oh,
You said the magic word right there, Angel.
yeah.
Pizza.
He said pizza. Everybody, he lost everybody when he said pizza.
Yeah.
Y'all heard pizza and didn't even hear Angel say he got hustled.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
shit, my bad. Yeah, I heard that part though
yeah,
too.
I heard it. That
Damn.
was kind of.
I just had to make a funny. I just had to make a funny. But hey, don't
I
put.
was trying to lighten it up a little bit. I wanted Angel to smile and laugh. But once you laugh, everything
Shits.
here gonna change.
Don't start that again, Angel.
There you go.
Oh, cool. LaShawn, I didn't know that.
What's that?
LaShawn said there's a couple of animals that drink salt water that expel the salt.
Right.
like sea turtles.
Yeah, sea turtles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, that's the
Why they
reason
cry.
why we don't need the salt water from the sea life that we used to. We
Right.
take enough salt every day through our foods. Even when we don't add salt, everything that we eat from the ground has salt in it.
Right.
So we have our salt intake. If you've ever
Right.
noticed, people who don't have a salt intake, a lot of those people get sick.
A lot of cramps.
Right. Like certain levels of sodium,
Right.
basically,
Well,
your body
I
needs.
know, like with the fresh water, we can get water intake just by certain fruits and vegetables that we eat.
Yeah.
So that's what I was wondering. Did they develop a way to be able to get their water intake by either the foods they eat or, like LaShawn's saying, being able to drink the salt water and expel the salt?
Right.
I mean, I will, that's probably something that we would actually have to find out through science
Right.
because I don't really want to, but just my guess would be that, that there's animals whose body absorbs the salt through their skin. They actually absorb their limit and then block the rest.
Mhm.
With you living in the salt water, you would be able to absorb what you need and expel what you don't.
The
So the
homie.
whole, so the whole thing that LaShawn is saying doesn't sound too ludicrous.
Right.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Look at
Welcome,
that,
Colin.
LaShawn. LaShawn taught me something, and usually I'm
We don't
wrong
never understand what the hell you say.
first.
I get to show my nerdiness now, y'all. Shit, I've been called a nerd my
Hey,
entire life.
we all got it, bro. We all got it in us. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
God damn it, Colin. Let's not
Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you?
I did it.
Doink.
start, Colin.
Piss on it. I have no idea what little critter that is.
All right, Colin.
What?
Did
But,
you hear the video?
Part of it, yeah.
So
See shit.
You're fired, Colin.
we know he didn't see shit. We know he didn't see shit. But how did you come into it, and how are you leaving?
There's a lot of stuff that they don't tell us. So, just kind of confused about the whole thing.
Right.
Well, yeah, and you got to think Colin couldn't see what we
Can't
were
see
seeing.
shit.
Right.
You want to know what the fuck a mermaid look like?
Colin was just hearing a bunch
I
of
just
people
wanted to
talking.
see what he got from what was said. You know what I'm saying? I just
Word of
wanted-
mouth, yeah.
Yeah. From what they were saying, I wanted to see what what he picked up from what they were saying.
Well,
Cause see, it's the opposite of actions speak louder than words for Colin.
Right.
yep.
He can't see the action.
He can't go by he can't go by body language and everything else.
Right.
This is a whole nother way of seeing things, and that's what I'm asking him. I really want to know how
Yeah, from another perspective. Hell yeah.
And before he answers, I would love to let y'all know, Conservative Colin, he has another channel. Please subscribe to Conservative Colin because he is going to do a part 2 to the American states weirdest. Well, go ahead, Colin. You're in here. You tell us what it is,
Do they have to subscribe?
or just go and just go check it out. However he wants to do it. You ain't even got to subscribe. Just go check it out. Give him a thumbs up.
I'm doing part 2 on August 1st, so at 8 p.m. Eastern.
On
Which
Thursday.
my daughter is looking forward to part 2.
Part 2.
Oh yeah, we all are. That's the first one. Legit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and give it a shout real quick.
Well, what I want to say about the mermaid thing, about the whole dialect, different languages, though I can't understand like the visual stuff, I'm sure there are different You know how there's like different languages, how we speak different languages.
Right.
Well, you know they speak different languages too. It might not be like words, but excuse me, it could be like sounds and stuff. You know.
It's that sea talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go into a siesta and have a sea orgy.
Right.
Right,
That's
well,
what they meant.
they would be more sensitive. They would be more sensitive to different pitches, different different speeds in the wave frequencies of the sounds.
Right.
So
Yeah.
all of that can be a determining factor in speech for them.
Right. Straight up.
So
Yeah, because you could have some that could be out there clicking,
Right?
like clicking with their clicking their tongues or their teeth or whatever. And then you could have some out there doing like the blue or whatever. You just different types of sounds and frequencies and shit.
right.
Right, the sonar.
That's their different dialects. You know,
Right.
it's not necessarily like ours to like Chinese, French, Indonesian. You know, all those different languages that we have. They have so many as themselves.
Well, you fuck around and blow a bubble underwater and shit. And that's some type of subliminal.
I give you sea sushi. I give you sea sushi.
That don't have a lot of human contact. A lot of the places that don't have human contact, a lot of their language is sounds and clicks.
Well, yeah, they still have African tribes that do that.
Right. They're sounds and clicks. They're not actual words. A lot of them do sounds and clicks.
Because
goddamn South Park.
Vacation, guys.
Yeah, that South Park kind of fucked it up for everybody.
Right.
I'm just big bone. They speak sea language. Yeah, it's good to be back, you guys.
Good to have you back, sir. Now, motherfucker, Mike can get off my ass, try to steal my cookies. He can fuck with you again. Well, thank you.
Barbara got to meet some of my friends, and they're worse than me, right, Barbara?
Oh, they were cool as hell.
Yeah, man, you gotta tell us about it, man. I'm proud of him.
I will.
Yeah.
This whole
Give us a lowdown.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole thing. Everything is so you know, I can't see shit.
So, Angel, did you watch any of it?
You said a group conversation?
I was listening to it on my earbuds for a bit, but I only listened to part 1, and I did not listen to part 2.
Okay. So, did you pick up anything in it about the whole thing?
Well, not really, because I just didn't really consider it my kind of thing. I mean, besides them missing Sebastian the lobster, I didn't find anything interesting.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Hey, wait a minute, y'all. Sorry to interrupt y'all. But Michigander is in the chat, and today is his birthday.
So,
Yeah.
Happy
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's that birthday song. Go ahead with that birthday right. Yeah. Michael Jackson got that song, copyrighted.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that some shit? If you sing the happy birthday song, you got to pay some money to somebody.
Royalties and shit.
How the hell did you do that? Everybody was doing it and you bought it. That's
crazy.
Who the hell's got a gaggle of kids right now? What is
there's a few kids in part of the station.
Little snot nose runts.
Sorry.
My sweet and tasty snot nose barbecue Barbara.
Oh, you dropped the snot. Nope.
Now.
Stick to the barbecue sister.
Yes.
I ain't going for snot nose.
Yeah, where
and not
does
any type of barbecue. Sweet and tangy.
snot nose come in? That sounds terrible.
I said that about
Michigan English bully. He just
Angel
texted
about
me.
to get a whooping in here.
That's why I call it the Wayne's World. Party time.
You're bullying me.
Guard
Bad
looking
bad,
ass, motherfucker.
the bad conservative people are bullying me. I'm sorry, Nationwide. We probably should stay on topic. Yep.
I know.
No, this is an uncut in
Uncut, man.
Sorry. Yeah. He said it's a
It's
blooper. It's
the
a
After Hours blooper.
yeah.
All right, then I'm interested in what the
You got
female
something
dolphins
to say
look like.
about it, we can talk about it. If you got something to say about it, we can talk about it. Otherwise, we're just hanging out.
No, you know what,
Next
Collins?
oh, go ahead.
You know what Collins wondering? Do mermaids still have warm throats?
You're gonna have to tell us about it, Colin, because I don't think any one of us really want.
Oh, how I introduced Don't Fuck the Gun Squad?
Here's the thing, damn, Colin.
What?
If you ever get a blowjob underwater, then you'll know how you know. I'm just saying, you try to get from a mermaid, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna be able to get it done. You know what I'm saying? On land. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I can't tell the difference.
He's not gonna get his favorite gurgling sound either.
But I can't tell the difference between
It's gonna be both.
No, I can't tell the
but
difference
I
between it
mean,
being in the water or in the mermaid's throat. I can't tell the difference.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want
I want to know what that hum like.
I want to fuck y'all head up though. Not all mermaids are girls.
Well, there better be girls,
right.
That other way. So.
Well, there are some amphibians and things like that they don't have they're not born with male and female parts. They actually
Asexual.
impregnate themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, so you can tell them to go fuck themselves, and they will.
Absolutely.
They have to.
Yep, they can procreate.
Yeah, self procreation.
I watched someone impregnate themselves. That was a wonderful story.
A damn hybrid mermaid.
All right, did I go a little too far with Tyrone? Did I go too far with Tyrone at the beginning of the show?
So
you know, 'cause I wanted to do Tyrone for the dope head, the dope fiend.
Oh, you talking about from earlier?
Shower cap.
The one that was butt scooting?
Oh, okay. Nobody saw the shower cap.
No, I made
No, yeah. I was just gonna say that. I was gonna bring that shit up.
That was J-Rone.
Oh, okay.
No, I made fun of that shower cap. Whole Jiffy Pop bag on your head.
That was Tyrone, aka J. That was Tyrone, aka Ray Ray.
Nationwide was chefing. That's one of your aliases?
Huh?
That's one of your aliases?
Yeah, that's one of my aliases, J-Rone.
Yeah.
Now, the dope head that you showed in the beginning, I actually saw another video compilation of that same guy doing the same thing, but they were singing the DuckTales song. And every time the
hell no.
the messed up guy said, woo, he came in and did the part for DuckTales.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny shit.
But whatever the fuck that motherfucker was on, I never want to see it. I don't even want to lay my eyes on it.
He was on that stuff that's making people eat people's faces and shit.
The fucking
Flocka.
Bath salts.
Flocka, yes, Flocka.
Oh, Flocka?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's something else aside from bath salts now?
Yeah, they're snorting bath salts.
Did you
They've
see
been doing
that?
that for a while.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, motherfuckers better.
They had a motherfucker in Waco, Texas.
Now, nobody better ever tell me that the police just shoot black people on GP. Because I would have shot that motherfucker crawling at me like that.
He was chasing after that cop on his ass, and that cop was still running.
I would have shot that motherfucker on my goddamn self.
And I said, you ain't taking no meth head.
Well,
And for you
Oh,
country listening folks like Colin, he was doing the
there
butt
looking at.
scooting boogie, not the boot scooting boogie. All right.
well, all I can say is I don't judge people for the color of their skin, and I can honestly say that, not give a shit.
Right?
Okay, just imagine sitting on your
Yeah,
ass
he's a blind master.
and
Yep.
your legs to scoot your ass across the ground. He did that while chasing a cop.
So he was
Nah.
doing the urban boot scoot boogie then. Okay.
Yes. Jesus Christ. He was gonna have a hell of an ass rash at the end of that.
Oh,
Because he was sliding his ass across that concrete.
he gonna have them skid marks.
So,
He didn't feel nothing.
so that's the whole new term, traveling down the dirt road then.
Right?
Sliding down a dirt road.
Sliding down a dirt road.
If it would have been a female, she would have been leaving snail trails. I promise you.
Ooh. Ooh.
What channel is it on?
That's some crazy shit. Damn, Barbara.
Kind of ruined it for me on that one.
Yeah. I got the spine shivers after that. I was like, ooh, hold on. Now wait a minute. Lift my hands up and shout.
Throw my hands up and shout. Last
And one time I was walking down the street and this crackhead come up to me and he says, "Hey man, come on man, over here man, $5. I got a rock that make your head go woo."
That sound like every time I'm out liquor.
All right.
Shout out to my Black Dynamite watchers out there.
Crackle, fizzle. Oh shit.
Yeah. What's that?
All right, before I go further, I just want to let everybody know that I have withheld a lot of my views on this subject.
Yes, sir.
I want everybody to know that there will be a show between me and JB Gunner. Please check it out. We will be hosting a show on this same topic. If you want to hear a lot of my true views on this topic, you will have to check me out there.
Hell yeah.
Yep, because JB said he is going to try to disprove him.
God damn it, JB. JB always trying to one up some goddamn body.
You know, that's
the type of nigga that got a complex.
We have to talk to that guy.
You know what I'm saying? JB all about some competition. Well, I got some competition for that ass. So I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing with your MMA shit and your workout shit. Everybody know I was on that shit before you were.
But tell them about the banter between
Shout
me and JB.
out to JB Gunner, that's my nigga.
He's always bullying me, goddammit.
Tell them about the banter between me and JB. It's horrible. It's horrible.
My dude, yeah, that's my dude.
Oh no,
Love
Deplorable's mad at you, Colin, because she ain't letting you live that down. You said you were trading her in.
What? I need a new car. Oh shit.
Ooh, and Colin, you showed up in every chat room and you didn't call Gloria once.
I didn't?
Ooh.
Nope.
Colin is a fucking pimp.
You are.
Damn. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna have to backtrack and have to say Barbara and them were right about the whole Mardi Gras thing. Colin, you gonna leave a fucking trail of broken hearts, my boy. And then when you talking about, hey, and then Barbara's husband about to put you on stage. You about to be the penny dropper of the motherfucking Mardi Gras century. I'm telling you, this motherfucker, he can sing his ass off.
Yeah.
My money is on Colin for Mardi Gras.
It's only flirting with one woman, then they're all after me, and I'm not even responding. So
I already told y'all I'm hanging with Colin.
Hey, I'm telling you. Hey, Colin.
What I tell you? From the very goddamn beginning, I told you I'm hanging with Colin.
Hey,
That does it.
Colin, I ain't knocking you on your hustle, pimp. You playing,
Hey,
you playing it right.
hey,
Cause
Black Jay,
you
you
got
want
your
to
eyes. You said what?
you want to be my accountant? You want to
I need to be. No, I need to be taking notes from you. I thought they handy dandy notebook and shit like.
No, because like I was in the chat and someone was flirting with me, and I completely ignored them because I was on one person, and they're like, "Shit!" Kabuto was texting me, and I was like, "Good job, sir."
Yeah. I was over here doing it. I ain't knocking him. Shit. These thing players.
That is my brother right there. I love Colin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
piss
Colin,
on it.
man.
Kabuto might be off your ass, piss on it, but I'm not.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
Mike here? I didn't even know that.
yeah. And Mike's favorite line is, "You blind fucker."
Nah, it ain't so much I'm off of him. He trying to fuck around in my territory. I'm just a defendant.
You know what the funny part is? You're all going to be fighting, and I'm just going to swoop in and grab everybody and go, "Fuck you, bye."
And that's exactly what's happening.
Kabuto's biggest competition is the cookie crook. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kabuto's
It is.
biggest competition is the cookie crook.
You
He
know what the
can
solution to
one
this
night and
problem
pull
is?
all Kabuto's cookies.
Right. What's that, Gloria?
You need some more girls. Non-drama sphere, normal gun squad girls to come in.
You got Barbara.
No, available gun squad.
Wait.
Okay, you got Barbara. Well, you got
How I almost got you thrown out of a
shitload
game.
of us. You go. All the cool ones are married, just so you know. So
Ain't that right?
yeah,
Ain't that some
Metal,
shit, y'all?
y'all got Metal Mom in the chat. She's a cool one too, and she's
that's what I'm
married.
saying. Yeah, no.
We are, and that's funny, girl. You mentioned that because we all fighting, right, to be a side piece. Ain't that okay?
Yeah, and the funny part is, I'm not even fighting.
No, I
Damn.
know. That's why I think about it, and it's like we need some new recruits for you boys. That's what we need.
Right.
Nah, I told y'all, damn it, I'm done because Kabuto for all the cookies that come in, I'll get my own. That's what I said. I'll get my own cookies. Kabuto
Right.
for all the cookies that come in, so I can get my own.
I'm probably getting a half-baked cookie from the bus station. Who knows? So.
Oh man, good times,
Wow.
And then y'all wonder why we call him the Cookie Monster.
Oh, we know why.
With the damn cookie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Greedy with the cookies.
Well, even LaShawn said that'd be nice to have some more single ones.
Did you invite him into this chat at all?
Who?
Yeah, LaShawn.
Oh, you talking about coming to Discord? Or?
No, into this hangout.
No, yeah. Oh, man, what the fuck I'm talking about?
Go ahead and send him the link.
Yeah.
Just only
LaShawn,
because
he posted it in the
know.
Discord, hon. If you go into Discord, if you want to come in.
Well, no, yeah, there was a link. It was linked for you.
I know, but for some reason he hasn't been able to do it. I don't.
That's why I said just go ahead and send him the link. If he couldn't get
Right.
in, just send it to him.
Yeah, let him have
You should be able to send it to him in Discord.
Let him have even a little bit of time in a chat and see.
That's how I got Jinx in here. I just sent it to him in Discord.
Well, shit, LaShawn been gone for a little minute. I think he was out for like a week or so.
I'm sending it to him right now in Discord. LaShawn,
how
I'm
many
sending it to you privately.
Yeah, is that Glory?
I've never been in one with him except for that one, and that doesn't really count. So.
Already.
I mean, it doesn't count to me anyway.
Hey.
I'm sure he's a really nice guy.
Oh, he absolutely
is.
You're better than me.
Do it twice.
All right, I just private messaged him in Discord.
I got caught in heavy fire, but I'm sure he's nice.
Yeah, I randomly texted Nationwide and he shouted it.
God damn it! I got motherfuckers. Fucking Angel. My Angel gonna come over here talking about some pizza. He
Yeah.
got my ass on pizza.
Oh, that's what's fucked up. I
And
just
then he
I'll tell
did
you
that.
what.
left.
I just
He
went.
came in
I
here,
just
got
went
everybody fucking
and got a
hungry and
slice of
left.
pizza.
Hey, I'm gonna kick your ass next time I see you.
I'm ready to hit that damn Pizza Hut.
Everybody
Shit.
hungry and left.
Yes.
You know what?
One of a kind. Gotta
We
love that
always
dude.
keep a pie at the house. You know, it's good for a couple days. You can eat it hot, cold,
Yeah.
and we replace it and just keep it on the counter.
Well, now see, here's the
So
thing.
we always have a pie at the
I
house.
don't know what it is, but
And,
something about like marinara, I can eat it cold and hot. Like spaghetti, for example.
yes,
I can eat spaghetti cold or hot.
yes.
Right.
And I can eat cold
Yeah,
pizza.
that's.
So it's like, yeah.
You sound like
Lasagna?
you
Oh
sound
my
like an
god,
Italian.
lasagna?
Yeah. Oof.
Yes.
What about
That's what I'm
chicken?
saying. So if you know, and I'm not talking Domino's and Pizza Hut kind of pizza. I'm talking like real
No,
pizza.
yeah, like
And
real,
you know,
yeah,
if
yeah. Homemade, whatever.
you keep it on the counter in the box, and well,
Yep.
it never lasts more than a day anyway. But you can do that.
Right.
Grab it hot, grab it
Right.
cold. So
Yep.
that's what I just did with Angel's pizza. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go up and grab a slice, and I did.
Mm.
So, yeah, because you know, yeah.
I can't do no cold pizza. I don't care.
That's that
You know,
Tyrone Biggins out there.
you can
I
throw it
get
in the
that.
microwave for a few seconds, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As
pizza's
far as cold pizza, I mean, it's not something that I eat all the time, but I will eat cold pizza.
Welcome,
Eventually.
LaShawn. What up, brother man?
Ah, what's going on?
This motherfucker came here all swollen. This shit looking like vein and shit. Hold up.
Oh, come on, LaShawn come in looking like that pimp
Oh.
from Tony. He look like the pimp from, look at him. He look like the pimp from, goddamn.
Motherfucking Mike gonna text me talking some pizza.
Foxy
Don't be mad because I'm
man.
I
sexy.
gotta put my foot in your ass, Mike.
You look like that pimp from Black Dynamite. We were just talking about it.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
He's
Tommy
looking
Davis.
so blue. He
Oh,
looks like
yeah.
that freaking
He on
blueberry
that
girl
screen.
off of the freaking
Oh,
Willy Wonka thing.
wow, Willy
He's
Wonka, yeah.
looking.
The Veruca bitch.
Come in looking like a pimp.
Oh, no,
oh
Violet. Yeah, Violet.
yes.
No, the Veruca bitch is the one that fell into the damn the golden goose shoot. She was that rich bitch. She was that little rich little
She
breakfast
fell in
bitch.
the
Man.
ego.
Yeah, rich
Yeah.
bitch.
You a mighty skinny
She
blueberry
fell in
though.
the ego meter.
Yeah.
Ego meter.
Only
Yeah,
you can
she was a
prevent
bad egg.
wildfire.
Yeah.
You said
Oh,
prevent wildfire.
God. Stop it.
All right,
Well, what
there we
you
go.
thought about it, LaShawn? Come on.
Yeah, what was your thought, dog?
Come into
I'm about to go
the
get some pizza, so I'm gonna mute
How did
myself.
you come into the video thinking, and how did you leave the video thinking?
Well, see, I saw both of those before, so I, I actually
You
enjoyed.
want to speak up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I've actually seen both those shows before when it first originally aired, and I think mermaids are real because there's too many stories and stuff about them. Because you sit there and they used to say, remember they said about the squid, the giant squid and everything. They said those didn't exist.
Right.
Now we catching it. Now we seeing them on camera. We actually caught a couple.
Right.
I
They
mean,
actually had stories of the giant back in the day, and they called it.
yep. And another thing is that look at how many creatures adapt to everything. We got creatures that live off the side of volcanoes. You see how many animals we got at the bottom of the ocean survive perfectly fine and in the pressure levels they are at. And I wouldn't say be impossible because look how many versions of humans and forms we had before. It might be possible that we had something, go to the water and convert back. I mean, there's stories and tribes that said there's people that went back to the ocean. So I mean, it's real possible. It's just that we ain't looking for them, and like we all said, we don't really know too much about the ocean. And I mean, we starting now to build crafts and stuff that can actually go down to the bottom. But what's his name? The director of Titanic, or he
Kirk
built that.
Cameron.
Yeah, he built that sub to go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean and stuff. Now he said he didn't see too much, but his was just pretty much a dive veil, so he didn't have too much movement or anything like that. But they doing a new investigation real soon to explore the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, James Cameron. Sorry.
Make sure I close out the YouTube though, because it'll cause some echo.
Well, see, the reason why I believe what you're saying is because again, like we pointed out, we've not gone far enough down to say that there's no way they exist, but the government is already saying they don't exist. That's probably because they already have proof that they do, and any proof that you can bring forward, they want to disprove off top.
Yep. But at the time, our government's been lying about half the stuff anyway. Because they said certain things didn't happen or something like that. Then we find proof that it did, and I mean we like they say UFOs and stuff. Mainly, shoot, if I remember correctly, the Nazis built a bale that looks dead like a UFO and everything else like that. And it was rumored that they did find a UFO
right.
that they shot down. So, we just never found it.
And I want to give credit to Gloria real quick. I'm sorry. I want to give credit to Gloria because she was the name that I forgot last video. Thank you for your donation, Gloria. I appreciate it.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's no
Go
problem.
ahead.
Thank you for the entertainment. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, LaShawn.
And basically, a lot of let me see. Wait, where I go? Now my hangout just went. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you're good.
No, we still hear you.
Kabuto.
Right. You're good. Like I said, this is uncut right now. I'm not worried about all that other stuff. This is just us.
And the thing I'm wondering is like when Barbara asked, well, how would they adapt and everything else like that? I mean, we've got great whites and stuff that basically bodies made of cartilage and stuff like that. Plus, when we're born, remember our bodies isn't solid bone as baby. That's why they can sit there and have stuff fall on them, roll them, and they'll survive because the body is just flexible like that.
Right.
So I mean, if we just made adaptation like that, I mean, by then you would be able to handle the pressures and everything else like that.
Oh no, I agree.
Well, see, I want to also touch on something that LaShawn said because you really got to think about it. How many evolutions have we gone through just on land? You got to think about they have probably gone through just as many evolutions in the ocean. Right. We can't just say that they've just changed overnight. They probably went through just as many evolutions as we did on land as they did in the ocean.
Oh yeah, that's millions of years of evolution.
Right.
That's so, why you'd have to wonder why are people so. Yeah, why would people be so, skeptical about it? Like, why would it? When you think about everything that's come and gone, why would that be so hard to believe that they're mermaids? I mean, why is that such a tough concept?
Right, that they branched off separately.
I mean, well, think about it. You got dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Right, you got all these other things, right? If we could have dinosaurs, why can't there be a mermaid? I mean, why is that so hard to,
I could be wrong, but what I think it is that they found a species that's going to outlive us. If we destroy the earth, it's going to destroy the the top of it. We can't touch where they live. They
Right.
found a species that's going to outlive us. They want to know how.
Right. Probably long before we came and long after we're gone. And
Well,
only
Yeah,
see,
but
because we
not if
can't
we keep
screw it up.
polluting. But we're polluting their habitat as well. Just look at
You know, though,
the Fukushima
Barbara,
disaster, the
I
oil
think,
Yeah.
spills.
well, I
Yep.
yeah.
don't think we don't affect them, but I think that there's such depths to this ocean, and God knows. I mean, I'd like to think they're not being affected. I'd like, but yeah, we do screw things up, don't we?
Yes.
From
Well,
the
see,
air
y'all
to
got
the
to remember
water, we do
two
screw
things.
things up.
Dinosaurs still exist. They're called birds.
You're right.
Yeah.
I've actually read that article, and you're right.
They evolved.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But dinosaurs were so large back then because the oxygen levels on the planet were much higher than they are now. So things grew bigger.
I mean, think of reptiles now. They will grow as large as your tank will let them grow. They
Yeah.
won't grow any larger than that. So they grow to the size of their habitat.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And
when
then,
That's a
and
really
then hold on, and think about the Komodo dragons, and then you got like them little tiny little fucking geckos, which we got a shit ton of them
you know
motherfuckers down here. You know
that's
what I'm saying, Texas.
such a
You
good
know,
analogy. It really is.
Yep.
Well,
and then
just
y'all got
koi
some
fish.
motherfucking
Koi fish.
crocodiles and
Koi
shit,
fish.
I was,
and fucking alligators in goddamn Louisiana and Florida.
but it's true.
You got the
It's
snakes on
the
the planes
environment.
and shit.
all these motherfucking snakes on the
Oh, these motherfucking
Nice. Awesome.
hey, fuck you.
That
Nationwide.
came out of
No,
left field.
no,
I'm
nationwide.
gonna leave y'all
Fuck
with
you.
that.
No, hold on, nationwide. Fuck you. I developed your fucking laugh all of a sudden. When we was laughing, and I was laughing earlier because when we had the other blind motherfucker we was talking about in the Discord, my side was hurt like a motherfucker. The Cartman version.
I'm just to the point where I don't even give a shit.
Shout out to Jamie's Corner, man. Shit was,
Shout out to David's Corner.
yes.
Satan
Oh
Cartman.
damn.
Satan Cartman was
Yeah,
epic.
Satan's Cartman. Yes. The sped up version. Oh my god.
All right,
Oh man.
David's Corner, another Gun Squad member. Check him out. Check her
Yes.
out. I'm sorry.
Shout out. Much
Yeah,
love.
Jamie's Corner.
Oh.
Check her out.
And you see the size these snakes are growing in the Everglades. So
Dragonline.
those things getting huge, and pretty much the only thing that eats them is the alligator, but they killing the alligators just as quick.
Well, a lot of those snakes in the Everglades they were pets. They were like boas and stuff that come from different ecosystems, and they were pets which jackass humans released into a habitat that they aren't usually in.
Well, you also got to remember they got hit by that hurricane,
Yes,
and
and a lot of those
that stuff got out.
Yep, from the pet stores and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And a lot of people would like the Everglades. A lot of people would let those animals go. They would actually go and buy them, and then let them go in the Everglades. That's why we have so many big snakes and crocodiles.
Man, they imported them motherfuckers from Venezuela.
And you see about carps and stuff, them giant carps that jump out the water when the boats come through. Half the stuff we got is stuff that someone released.
Yeah. And but you gotta realize too, like a lot of them animals and shit from the West Coast, they importing them motherfuckers over there in the Midwest. And all other different parts. That's why when we see certain different species of animals that we've never seen before, like goddamn mountain lions and shit in Texas, it's like the fuck. I seen the goddamn mountain. Yeah, Well, where the fuck is this mountain lions coming from?
I'm
These
gonna say
motherfuckers trying down the goddamn mountain.
like a troll behind the scenes. God damn it, Mike, leave me alone. God dang it.
Shoot. I mean, even in my state, they're talking about seeing mountain lions down here. And I'm sitting there like, okay, we got a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know,
You see
wild
motherfucking
pigs and
Simba and
everything else.
Nala and shit running across the damn street. The fuck? No, how about when I was coming back from Michigan, right? I saw a motherfucker. It was a cougar. We was taking the back road part of Texas. This goddamn cougar ran the shit out of that motherfucking on the road on the highway. It was in the back road portion of the highway. I was like, what the fuck? At fucking 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Kabuto was locking his doors.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I ain't playing with no big ass cat.
No sir. I say fuck a carjacking. I say fuck a car.
I was on a little cat. I ain't fucking with no big
Kabuto completely forgot that mountain lions don't have opposable thumbs. They're not opening that door, but he's still locking that motherfucker.
Exactly. I say fuck a carjacking. When it comes to a mountain lion, I'm locking that motherfucking door regardless.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you got a pet cat and that damn thing isn't, you see how well a cat can mess with stuff. Trust me, my cat be sitting there, put his paw right there and mess around with something. I ain't trusting a mountain lion. Shoot.
No, they just
I know
play
y'all
with
are seeing Talladega Nights. I am not having that big ass cat in my fuck no.
No sir.
Nowhere near me. That cat is too goddamn big.
No, if you like you said, if you watch a house cat, how they hunt, like when they catch a lizard, they just sit there and toy with it and play with it. Can you imagine? It's not like a bear where they tell you to play dead. The thing thinks you're dead and it'll go away. No, a cat's gonna sit there and tap at your ass with them big ass paws.
Yep.
Just toy
Straight
with
up.
your ass.
Hell yeah. And then look, and then it'd be even funny, right? Because the cat would sit there, right, not right next to the dead lizard. While you come on, you like, oh shit. So the cat be like, well shit. Look what I did today. You gonna give me some motherfucking catnip? They want some type of reward after that shit.
Right?
Yeah. They want some of that damn frisky. That's what they
My cat be chasing squirrels.
I swear to God, cats do not like hard food.
Yeah.
They do not like fucking hard. They want that goddamn no.
Cats eat what cats want.
Yeah, they want that good old canned liver type shit. Gourmet. That's gourmet for them. That's the equivalent to the steak.
Well,
Steak,
my cats are on a
filet mignon.
What you call it, a government cheese diet, basically. They ain't that hard because that's the cheap shit. That's what they get.
They on that great value diet.
You see, my thing is, when my dad, my pops, he would spoil every cat that we had, from the Gizmos to the Trixies that we done had. We done named like 50 goddamn cats we done had named Gizmos and Trixies. So the thing is, you know what I'm saying, when he would go and feed them, but see, he would play a thing where, okay, he would wait for them to eat the hard food, and then they would be rewarded the soft canned food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit. Them motherfuckers leave like real fucking dinner scraps of fucking hard food in there, just waiting on the goddamn what you call it, the soft canned food. Yeah, I went like a motherfucker. Yeah. As soon as you come home, I'm like, God damn.
I thought you was about to pull a JB and start singing that meow song.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all now, Lil Jinx, that's my brother. I'm gonna tell you, Lil Jinx can tell you, I am more of a dog and ferret man. I've had 11 ferrets my entire life.
By the way, these fucking ferrets are amazing. You got 4 of them, right?
Yeah, I got 4 right now. I got
man, them ferrets are fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, I got it.
You got him on camera today. Oh man,
Preacher.
yeah, that's all right. Them parents cool as shit, man. You can tell they love the hell out your ass.
Yeah.
All right, Neshwater took care of the troll.
I know. I saw you.
Did you see what I did? That was
I saw
bad.
you.
Them parents love them some Nationwide.
Well, see, at first I didn't do too many pets because my mom was one of those, oh, we ain't having no pet. But then I got a cat, and then I lucked out and got a red tegu and a water monitor. But I had to go somewhere, make a trip. My friends forgot to take care of them right, and they passed on me. So I was really pissed off about that. But
Right.
Oh
it's
damn.
kind of legal for me to have them. I was like, oh, it's against the law, huh? Okay, well, but they were bred that way. So shoot, water monitor. I mean, yeah, water monitor I took everywhere with me. I just have him hang on my arm and everything else, and went everywhere. I forgot half time he was on it. People like, what? Oh God! But I love that one. I miss my red ticket though.
I had a parrot like that. Her name was Cocaine. We called her White Girl for
Oh
short.
Lord.
She had that white strip.
She was
She had that white line strip on
albino
it.
parrot. She was completely
Oh.
white with red eyes. She was
Oh, okay.
albino. So we
Yeah.
actually named her Cocaine. Her nickname was White Girl. I'm telling you, she would be on my shoulder everywhere I went. I had people who would not get in my car because I had that rat in the car with me.
Already.
She went nowhere. I mean, I went nowhere without my white girl right beside me.
That's already.
I'm creeping the troll off Nationwide with this. Check that out.
I see one of my cookies.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Shoot.
She had to come up here saying she was laying down, waiting for me to come up there with her. I was like, I'm on my way.
I got a buddy with a
I'm only a 7-hour drive away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just saying. From Texas to Louisiana, that's not too far. 7 hours? Shit. I'm a cross country man if I say so myself.
So who in here is actually going to the Gun Squad Mardi Gras?
I wish y'all could.
You know I'm going.
You know I'm going, goddammit.
It's right down the street from you.
You know I'm going. Shit. Fuck what you heard. I don't give a damn who don't show up. I'll be the only motherfucker there if I got to be. Fuck it.
You better I'm going to damn sure try to be there. People
right?
mad at me if I don't.
Look, watch motherfuckers at the last minute come up. Oh, I can't. I got something to do. Well, fuck it. I'm going by my damn self. A ribbon-dutchy. Shit, I'm gonna be there.
People will be mad if I don't show up, so I have to go.
Well, I think Kabuto and Leo Mommy are gonna ride share.
Yeah. We carpooling.
We're gonna try to do a couple day pass through.
You said what, Glory?
We're gonna try to come through for about 2 days.
Yeah.
And you know what I can't wait for? That mass stream on the Gun Squad channel where all of us is just sitting there talking shit.
Oh, for sure.
I can't wait for it. I'm telling you.
I never do that.
Oh, Colin, you almost got it. You almost got it.
I'll probably get lost up in damn Mardi Gras. Where's Sean at?
I didn't see him. Shit.
Girl.
We need that.
Girl flash.
Last time I seen a gun, there was
we need fake handcuffs. We can, attack ourselves.
Last time I saw a gun, some girl had handcuffs.
Yeah.
You want to roll?
Did you invite Michigander into the stream?
Into the hangout?
Oh, his birthday. His birthday's almost over, right?
Shit. Nationwide, can I invite Michigander?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 45 minutes left to his birthday.
Yeah, go and get Garth
Who told Michigan?
birthday.
Who told
Go and get the birthday boy Garth up in here so we
I
can talk
was
about it.
water boy earlier?
You know what? Like they say, instead of spankings, motherfuckers, I
Wait,
don't get down like that.
Mike is getting brave. He's thinking about coming to Mardi Gras.
Oh, piss on it.
Get out of the peanut butter.
He on a mission. He on a mission to steal some cookies. That's why. Yeah, motherfucker. He gonna bring one. He gonna bring one of the young gunners. Hey, you know what's gonna? Hey, you know what's gonna be so bad? He probably gonna bring one of the young gunners along with me, so they can fuck with me.
Oh, fuck that. Look what he put in there though.
Oh shit! Let me look at my other phone. Hold up.
He already know he ain't driving. Mike already know he's driving. He said we can take my truck.
Tell Mike that tell Mike I'm gonna bring Nurse.
Oh, we take my truck. Somebody come get me.
Mike, you heard that, huh? She's gonna bring Nurse Nancy for you, Mike.
Oh, Candace on his way.
All right.
All right.
And here he is.
Happy birthday, you hippie
I'm sorry, guys. Wait a minute. It's July 29th now where I'm at.
What?
What's that?
Well, it's not where I'm at,
Well, it's not where
motherfucker.
I'm at
Happy
neither.
birthday,
Happy
damn it.
birthday.
Nigga, it's 28 to me.
My clock says 12:13.
Well, guess what? We're Central, so when it comes to Central,
7 o'clock.
when it comes to Central people, it's still your birthday.
I'm fucking with everybody.
You know what? You better not. You better not.
You keep arguing with me, I'm going to ban you. Do you understand?
I got some 14-ounce boxing gloves waiting for your ass to stand front.
Mr. Gander, if you keep arguing with me, I'm going to ban you. Do you understand?
You get banned. You're banned.
Bad Michigan. Bad Michigan.
Bad man.
You know what, Michigan? You gotta stop doing all this acting. You're a bad actor. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get your ass off of YouTube.
You still got 45 minutes, damn it. So quit acting.
You're right. I'm a bad actor, but I give good voice impersonations.
Spam and deceptive practices.
Birdie.
What the fuck did you just say to me? You cocksucker.
All right.
Reparations for the blind.
All right, Mr. Gander, if you want to do that, and you are on my goddamn Uncut show. Now I want you to tell me what did Bernie come in thinking about mermaids, and what did he go out thinking about mermaids? I want to know what Bernie thinks.
I don't have anything to say because I couldn't watch it. I was at work.
Oh shit!
Son of a bitch.
I know, so I'm of no help to you guys.
Well, damn it, I want to know later what Bernie thinks. You can tell me later.
Hey, I'm being honest.
Well, what's your take on them anyway? Do you think they exist? Do you believe in them?
Well, Mr. Gander, let me chime in real quick. Mr. Gander, this can be your debut video. You can do like a reaction with the Bernie Sanders voice, and then get your hustle and flow on it.
Oh, for later on? Yeah, I can do that for later on.
Yeah, look, Bernie Sanders kind of delayed reaction anyway, right? So.
Fuck you, Barbara.
So it'd be perfect time.
No reparations for Barbara.
But the mermaid, I believe in sea care. It's called sea care insurance.
Shut up, you blood bastard.
All those mermaids deserve health care. Let's get it now so we can get their vote.
Yes. We're going to call it Underwater for All.
Fuck all you guys and your fantasies about mermaids.
I will see you under the sea there, buddy.
All right.
Colin had a little bit of Sebastian come out in that one.
The seaweed is always greener.
No, but y'all love the video when JB was talking about the whales and shit. And I was like, and I had posted in the comments, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers get to procreate and don't have to worry about no goddamn child support. Ain't that a bitch?
Right? Ain't that?
must be beautiful. Must be just the life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually,
Like,
they
they
paid child.
procreate
You
and
can
now
cream
mama
pie
go
as many.
one way.
That's what I'm saying. And for the dolphins, you can cream pie as many other fucking female dolphins. It don't even have to goddamn worry about no fucking child support.
No, Kabuto. They
Fuck that.
paid
The
child support
lion.
and
No
pearls.
condoms.
Think about the
We ain't
lion.
gotta pay no bills.
No, think about the
We
lion.
fucking up.
The lion is the lion is the pimp of the animal world.
Oh yes, yes,
Oh, I agree.
That
yes.
motherfucker come in, and if he takes over the whole fucking king,
But here's the thing about that
he
too.
kills the damn
Now,
baby and brings
hey,
it in.
nationwide. Not only that, dog. But the lion has a harem. He has more than just one lioness. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got lion, fucking thundercats. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Yep.
But no, on the real tip, no, he's got more than one fucking lioness. Straight up.
They don't do most of the hunting. They do.
Yeah.
The women do the hunting, but you got to think about it. Can't nobody else fuck but him.
Right.
Don't let me get you fucking no women in my pride. That's his motto.
Right. Right. Lion's a bad motherfucker.
Yep.
The
That's
alpha
the true
lion
alpha
is a
male.
bad
Yes.
damn bitch.
Yes.
Now, and I'm not trying to be fucked up. Now think about hyenas where the women are running it. Them motherfuckers eat each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you ain't lying. What the fuck am I doing?
Shoot.
I mean, even when they get the power, it's a chaotic situation. There's people out there that's smart enough to know better. Because again, we are an advanced fucking animal. But it's like we don't even think about the things that we try to fight against. We just fight. That's just
I
some
don't.
weird shit.
I think it's because we got too many minds. We worried about we're too much. We're too invested in money, and we got all these other first world problems going on as humans. As these motherfuckers out in the jungle, they don't got to worry about that shit.
Right.
So they can so hardly just focus on one particular thing. They got tunnel vision, but we got all these different fucking aspects of life that we got to worry about, and that's what's fucked up for humans, man. It's like, god damn, we got to make sure our fucking light bill is paid off at the same time, trying to keep you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot we got to deal with.
Right.
No, in the animal kingdom, most important thing is to be able to spread your seed. So your DNA is passed on through time. Humans are getting to the point they don't even give a shit if their seed is passed on.
Not anymore.
Yep, exactly. Barbara nailed it. Yep.
Right. I'm not going to. Think about it. There's a few people in here, I believe, probably remember the show In Living Color.
Oh yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
Do you understand that?
For real? Hell yeah.
You understand that's when I think that black women were the most beautiful, because not only did they cover themselves, but they were confident then.
And they were in shape.
Took care of themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you see now though?
What I see
big beastie bitches who don't. No. But see, it's not their fault because a lot of the men. Now think about today's society with the whole sick thing. Sick is the fat. Fat is the new sick.
Right.
You know. So they feel it's all about. It's all about what's the term? It's all about ego. It's to the point where you feel their ego up, to the point where we say, oh, damn, baby girl, you sick. But let's turn it up a notch, which the original sick is a fit chick with curvy, you know what I'm saying, hourglass, curvy, fucking physics.
Right.
No. Nowadays, fat is the new thick. And then you see like the plus size models too. You know.
Yeah.
Now them motherfuckers are getting, oh man, it's out of control.
Yeah, yeah. I live in the South. It is getting is bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
No. What's worse is the thick chicks that don't know how thick they are, and they always seem to buy clothes that are 5 times too small, and they looking like a can of busted damn biscuits.
Hell yeah.
Talking about juicy. No. That's a whoopsie.
I don't like to have to lift to find it.
Well, I've done seen so much body shape wear. I sat there was flipping through the channel and I sat there and looked. I said, "Damn, they got a 5-piece shapewear. I mean, they got it. They got the top, bottom, thigh. Good Lord, Jesus!"
Yeah, it's
And
witchcraft.
Oh, makeup is witchcraft,
Yeah.
man.
You ain't lying.
They're
You know,
possessed
you
to
think
be positive.
you went to bed with something beautiful and wake up with a foot.
Well, you know what that reminds me of, Nationwide? Remember, I want to say it was on like Saturday Night Live or something like that. They did a skit,
Tommy Davidson
and a guy picks up a woman in the bar, and she looks like a 10, right? Well, he gets her home,
or
and
Jamie Foxx, one of the two.
before he gets her in bed, she starts taking off her eyelashes. She
Oh, I'm
takes off
gonna
her
get you,
wig.
sucker.
I'm gonna get you,
She
sucker.
takes
I'm
out.
gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
a
took
sucker,
off
yeah.
her left
Breast
leg and
pad,
Takes off
shit.
her
and
legs.
so the wooden leg
All the
comes
body
off.
parts.
Like, holy shit!
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
That part killed me. I was like, "Oh hell no!
No, the part
Where
that fucked
you
me up is
going?"
he went hopping after her with the leg in her hand like she was gonna beat him with the
Where
leg.
you going?
She
I
chased
said,
him with the
"Dude,
leg in her hand.
yeah." And now you gotta be careful because shoot, the transgender sitting there. My home got pissed. I said, "What are you still mad?" Talking about, these transgenders sitting there talking. I said, I said that's a damn shame when a man look better than you in an outfit and you mad. And I'm just making sure that I ain't dealing with no damn man. Every time I talk to a woman that looks good, I sit there and say, "You a dude, ain't you?"
All right, Tyler.
Now, you know what you do on a first date? You take her
Uh,
swimming. Make your first date somewhere where to a lake, to a pool, to a water park.
But
now,
Barbara, a lot
I
of
don't see too many
girls don't
black
like
women
to get
swimming
their
at all
hair wet.
anyway.
You know,
Yeah, so
I was
that
gonna
Oh
say they
God,
don't
yeah,
like
you got to
to get
look
their
for
hair.
the thong with the bulge.
Bunch of walruses and motherfucking slither
Ugh.
bombs. Shit.
uh,
Water parks.
it just
What the
got so
fuck
bad.
that
I
is?
just sat there and said, "You know what? I'm just
But
gonna be a born again person."
and see the thing about it is in the South, they not too shy about that shit. These
Right?
big beasties out here with tight ass clothes. Now granted I get it, it's hot as shit out here. But come on, man.
And they get
Is
mad
it like
at
watching
you
that
don't
movie
like
Norbert?
Yes,
Oh God,
retribution. How you doing?
Yeah.
it. And then get mad
How you
because you don't
doing?
like it.
Right. They be coming up to you like, oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? They be looking at me because I'm a young, handsome black dude that ain't got no kids and all that shit. So I'm market value. Shit.
You're a good
Oh, let me
person.
go here with
Yeah,
your
yeah,
I'm gonna fuck you
yeah,
up.
yeah. And then they can't touch this. MC Hammer style. Fuck them.
they get so mad
I'm gonna fucking unicorn.
because I sit there and tell them. I said, "Well, what can you offer me?" I said,
Yeah, I need
"Nothing.
a fire.
I ain't offering nothing."
Hoping to put your
I mean,
But
you
you don't just have the makeup and stuff that covering up women's real looks. Now you have filters where when you look at someone's picture, you never really know if that's really what they look like because
Barbara, that's
filters
exactly what I was
and
gonna say.
yeah,
Filters are like
crazy.
I don't know anyone that doesn't use them anymore. I mean,
They
I
love the
These filters
Photoshop.
are thick.
Shit, I still don't know how to use
Look at
them.
my
Shit,
picture.
I'm like,
The picture
shit.
that I have on right now, you can still see the sweat on my forehead because I am in a bar on Bourbon Street, right there in that picture. I never use filters.
Shit, I can do
I'm serious. If I see another cat face or
I mean,
some
unless you
damn
had,
thing, and I'm like, what in the world is y'all doing with
I mean,
these
unless you,
things?
unless you had that shine action, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Hi, baby.
the look, man. That's what I'm
Echo coming from somewhere.
Budo,
It's
you're echoing.
Am I echoing?
Yeah.
it's all false
My bad.
advertisement.
Hmm.
It's one big false advertisement. That's what it is.
And
Hey,
I
take the
just
whole
look at
room
them
to the
now. I just
one.
say, look, everybody say, well, they look at me
All
crazy.
right.
Talking about, what, you ain't got no
Why not?
kids? I say, no.
Sound better.
They look at me like, oh, you got kids somewhere. I said, well, hell, I got kids.
No, or they think something's wrong with you.
Yeah, there's something wrong
Well,
with
how
you if
about I
you
just
don't have
make good
kids,
life
and that's what's
decisions?
weird.
No,
Yeah.
but that's what they think. If you don't have kids by a certain age, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what people
That's the
think.
shit I'm
It's
going
crazy.
through.
Yeah,
What's wrong
Barbara,
with
if you
you that
haven't
you don't
knocked
have
somebody
kids?
up
That's
Some
terrible.
bullshit.
by the time
I
you're
don't give a
40,
fuck.
that means you
Hey,
got
all right, I
issues.
know what the fuck. No, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I
That's
got,
why
I
I'm
got,
glad. That's why I'm glad where I took out of the MGTOW verse sphere, whatever one the fuck you want to call it, manosphere. What I took out of that is the fact that I know that I can focus on myself. A man has value
yeah, we were
over
talking about
all
that
the.
last night.
Yes, yes. We have value over all the bullshit, all the dumb shit.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
right on.
It don't bother me none if a motherfucker tell me, oh, well, what's wrong with you because you don't have kids at fucking age 31.
Right.
Fuck you.
Try
I'm
being
right on my
44
motherfucking
with
purpose.
kids.
I'm happy as shit.
Right. How
I don't
about
have
that?
a
Sold.
single.
What's wrong with you with 5
Hold
different baby
hold on a
daddies?
second.
Yeah,
Hold on a second. What'd you say, ABG? Try being 44 with no kids.
Same here,
oh,
44.
yes. And ABG, we saw you on camera, dog. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Looking like a younger version of Suge Knight and all, but hey.
I ain't got a problem with that.
I just age well. I just age well.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Black don't crack. But see, what the thing about it is, when black don't crack, it all depends on the level of what you're doing to make yourself not crack. As far as smoking weed and drinking and popping mollies and all that bullshit. So yeah, when you talking about a level of longevity and success, you can be fucking 50 years old and look like you fucking 32. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, as MGTOW's Kabuto, we focus on ourselves for the better.
Right. Yes.
Mm,
And that's what to this very fucking day. Y'all know I got goals and shit. What I got popping next month. So yeah, I made the MIA, but I'm still gonna partake in my family and say, hey, shit, hey, what's up going on? But Dragon's still here and alive and well and all that shit. But at the same time, I'm gonna be well on my purpose, Akuma style, motherfucking Street
Good.
Fighter part. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
yeah.
when I come back,
Like I told you,
yeah,
it only takes one to turn your life
yes,
upside down.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
One.
Yep. That's why I stayed out of it. But he said, man, man, all these women love you. I said, only reason they love me because they can't get to me.
Right.
I said, he said, well, you don't have no problems or nothing like that. I said, shoot. I said, I said, most of these women now are only thing they're really doing is acting like they somebody. They'll say, oh, I got a spot and everything else, and it ain't really they spot. And I'm getting to the point where it's more and more women with kids, and I'm like, I don't want to be raising somebody else's kids, because half the time you sit there try to tell anybody anything, they look at you crazy, talking about don't be talking to my kids like that, this. I'm
Right.
like, mm.
Yeah.
Well, God
And
damn it, you brought me into your life. What am I should deserve to say something to your kids.
Right.
yeah,
Right. You should at least have that. I mean, you shouldn't be able to like discipline the children, but you should have a say in the raising if you're going to.
No. And who said that? LaShawn said that?
Right.
Yeah.
Check this out, fam. I got a fucking ex-girlfriend right now. She want to come down to fucking Texas. She think I'm her fucking meal ticket to get away from her mother. I wish I would have had showed y'all in the Discord that whole list and line of fucking text messages she sent me of her and the baby daddy. Talking about some, oh, well, I'm about to get ghosts. Bitch, you ain't coming to motherfucking Texas? Hell no.
Right. Well, see, here.
I don't want no badge. And then only that, but you trying to tell me that just because you're bitter about him leaving you over for another bitch? No. To take his child away from him when he got 5 fucking children he done went to court for and won the case?
What?
Bitch, you crazy as hell.
Right.
You're crazy as hell. You think Black Dragon Kabuto gonna fucking get in the mix of that shit? You got another motherfucking thing coming.
Already.
Shit. I'm like this fucking bitch right now. Look crazy as hell while she's sending me text messages and fucking calling the shit out of me. I need your help. No, fuck you. I'm gonna let your ass sit there high and dry in Michigan. I'm in Texas. What the fuck you want with me?
Now,
Claire.
let me tell you something that's even worse, dude. When I moved here, I had already told a lot of people in Texas, you know, I'm leaving here. I'm going back to Florida. I'm not staying here. You know, these were people that, you know, I just hung around with. You know, when I got here, I got females who I never really talked to, you know, like we were dating or anything, talking about why didn't we ever hook up? You know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the third, or whatever, whatnot. But then I find out that they have kids and they're trying to get away from where they're at.
Yep. And I tell you, when I moved here, well, my ex fiance kicked me out because.
All right, y'all. I'm heading on out.
So I came here.
It was nice meeting you.
Again, that's
nice meeting you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice meeting you, bro.
You know.
All right, baby.
All right, little Jinx.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care.
Hey, Jinx,
too,
type
boss.
something in the chat room before you leave. That way
You too,
somebody
brother.
can find you.
Yeah.
How I do that shit?
Shit, man. So yeah, we can we
Have a good
family,
night.
dog. We family over here, man. Shit, we support everybody.
Man, y'all know, man. At least you know, I'm like illiterate when it comes to this shit.
Already.
No, when you leave here, just go to the YouTube because my video should be up in YouTube. Just go into YouTube and type something.
I got you.
You on the stream.
Yeah. That way we can find you.
Shoot your link. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
Okay. So when she dropped me, the thing was my dad just passed, so she did all her moves when I went to California to go ahead and bury him. And family worked out something, sold some property, split the money with me and my brother. So when I came back, she drops me off at right at my best friend's house, had everything set up. Not even 2 weeks later, she calls me saying, the family wants to talk to you. That's when they gave me the information and said, hey, we're going to send you some money, everything else. So she found out I had got some money. So first thing she do, try to get me back. I said, nah, you dropped me off. You got rid of my dog.
All about the resources.
Took my, traded in my,
Ain't that a bitch?
traded in my, wouldn't let me keep the truck I had a loan on because she co-signed for me. She said, well, I don't trust you. I said, you don't trust me. I've been paying every damn thing. And the thing was, let's see, I had about $1,500 a month I had to pay, for the monthly bills. So she made sure I paid my monthly bills. That's when she kicks me out. So I was already done. So when I got here, I found a spot, and first thing she do is try to, well, this place ain't this place ain't this. I said, you know what, this place is that what? That front door locks and you can't walk in. I ain't gotta worry about you no more.
Fuck her.
now I'm shoot. Everybody's sitting there and thinking you don't have nothing because for whatever reason we got a bad rep for not having nothing. You know, we can't do nothing. We can't get anything. So when they find out I'm actually together and everything, I'm like, right now I'm just doing what I need to do. I've, you know, I've been
Yeah,
seeing
on your purpose.
places and stuff, and now I saw that person's wife talking about she needs attention and everything. I'm like, come on now. And the way things are going, I just said, this is crazy. And women just want to have kids, just want kids, don't want to get married. And the first thing they do is get pregnant, and they talk about child support. So I just said, I ain't going to be a part of it. I'm just going to
Hell
enjoy
no.
it.
Fuck that.
Smart man. Smart man.
My advice to anybody is because I'm one of those dumbasses that still believe that relationships will work. But I still believe that if you get a female who wants to fuck you within the first 9 months, I'm talking about she wants to fuck you,
Right.
you might as well just go ahead and pass on it. If she does not want to enjoy your company before she wants to fuck you, pass on it. At least as far as relationship wise. You can
Right.
do it as a side piece or whatever. You can do whatever you want with it.
Right.
But don't try and make that a relationship. You want to find somebody that wants to be around you because you are you. If you can't
But see,
find
my thing is when it came to my exes, all my exes always, every time I would come towards their direction, they always cooked for me. They always had that trad con like capability. It just didn't work out because I wanted to be where I wanted to be, and they wanted me to take, pretty much go that extra mile to make it their way and move, change my lifestyle for them, so to speak. No, hell
my
no.
parents
You know
taught
what
me
I'm
how to cook. The reason why my parents made sure I knew how to cook was to make
saying?
sure that any female I ever hooked up with, and this is something that I learned later, any female that I came across did not just bring cooking to the table.
Right, right.
Hey, you know something? The last girlfriend I ever had, she wanted me to tell the truth about everything, right? But when
Right.
she
Right.
cooked for me, I told her I didn't like what she had to make for me. And guess what? She blew the fuck up.
Yeah, I
But she
just don't
didn't,
like to think.
yeah. So tell the truth, but only if it's what I like to hear.
Right.
Right. You didn't sugarcoat no shit.
Yeah, because it
All right,
made
so
quick.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I'm gonna stay. Y'all go ahead and we're gonna stay and talk for a little bit in the chat. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep this live. I want to keep, like I said, I want to keep them at 2 hours.
Okay.
I want to thank y'all for showing up, and I want everybody to go ahead and acknowledge the fact that I appreciate Barbara, Caputo, Gloria, LaShawn, and Michigander for
Thank you.
showing up for
Thank you.
this discussion.
What little mama over there is cheating about? She over there cheating and shit.
She
I don't know
always,
what it is, man. I
My
got that effect
phone
on
keeps
women.
little
robot.
mama always cheesing.
But no, I think on some real tip, I got some type of effect on women, dog. It's like I ain't trying to
There we
to
go.
my own horn, huh?
All right,
Because
so we can talk about that in private. We're gonna go ahead,
yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and end this game, and we'll talk to y'all in the next game. This is your boy Nationwide Wise Guy with his homeboy ABG. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the boy Nationwide Wise Guy. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Cabo
Not
toe out.
let that go. He was gonna go. He was not. I gotta say the whole thing. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. This is your boy Nationwide. I'll catch y'all in the next game.